SpaceX, in full, Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, has attracted attention on a global scale for several significant achievements. The majority know about SpaceX as a place where spaceships are made and launched. Also, many people have hopes that one day colonies will be built on other planets through SpaceX. You are about to know amazing and must-know facts that you didn't know about SpaceX, a private aerospace company founded in 2022 by Elon Musk, chief engineer and CEO of SpaceX. If you find the video interesting, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to engage with more interesting videos. Also, do not forget to press the bell icon to get our new video updates. Let's go to the video. 8 most informative facts you must know about SpaceX. Number 1. Elon Musk sold his 2 successful companies to go for his dream. It is complex and practical to start a space company. The quantity of capital needed is significant, and a feverish level of dedication is necessary. In 2002, the CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk, invested $100 million to pursue his dream of launching rockets and taking people to space after selling his 2 successful businesses. Zip2, a software service internet provider company, for $307 million, and PayPal, a company providing online payments, for $1.5 billion. PayPal was purchased by eBay in 2002, according to New York Times. SpaceX is currently commercializing satellites to companies and transporting freight to and from the International Space Station for its ambition to develop reusable spaceships and rockets and ultimately colonize Mars. Stay till the end to know about this. Number 2. The first 3 attempts to launch SpaceX's first rocket, Falcon 1, was unsuccessful. Not everything worked out as planned, and by 2008, nearly the initial money had been spent on developing the Falcon 1 without a successful launch after 3 attempts. A fuel line leak from corrosion in the Kwajalein Atoll's humid, the salty atmosphere is what contributed to the first Falcon 1 launch's failure. Because the thrust vector control systems on the second launch were unable to account for fuel slosh, which may have been exacerbated worse by recontact between the first and second stage right after separation. The second launch's second stage's engines shut down early, and it was unable to achieve orbit. The second instance of recontact put a stop to the third launch. The fourth and fifth, which was the final, were successful. Musk was almost out of money after these 3 failures. He had to choose between leaving SpaceX or Tesla. Thankfully, he didn't have to, since he and his crew could assemble the 4th rocket from discarded pieces for 1 more launch attempt, and that rocket succeeded in entering orbit. As a result, SpaceX was awarded a $1.6 billion NASA contract for commercial resupply services for the International Space Station. This contract saved SpaceX and enabled it to create its Falcon 9 system, the workhorse, which has since come to rule the space sector. Number 3. SpaceX became the privately owned company to launch a payload into orbit and brought it back to Earth. SpaceX made headlines in 2010, December, when it became the first private company to launch and return a spacecraft successfully to Earth orbit, which is only done by government organizations like Russia's Roscosmos or NASA before. This aircraft is named as Dragon capsule. That is when SpaceX made waves in 2010. Later in 2012, Dragon once again made history by becoming the first commercial spaceship to dock with the International Space Station. NASA awarded SpaceX a contract in August of that year to create a spacecraft that would replace the space shuttle and carry astronauts into orbit. Earlier in 2021, Jeff Bezos' aerospace company Blue Origin launched a rocket to the edge of space and brought it back down upright, but it was only a test flight that didn't reach orbit. Number 4. SpaceX's Falcon 9 made 100 consecutive successful launches. In 2021, SpaceX was able to conduct 100 successful launches of the Falcon 9 rocket just in a row with the Starlink mission. Since 2010, SpaceX has launched the Falcon 9 and Falcon 9 Heavy 121 times, with 119 full mission successes, 1 partial failure, and 1 total failure in 2015. The most recent Falcon 9 launch mishap occurred in June 2015 when the Dragon spacecraft, which was on its route to the International Space Station, was lost owing to issues with the rocket's second stage. However, this was a major milestone for SpaceX. Number 5. Reusability of SpaceX rockets. According to SpaceX, the critical innovation required to significantly lower the cost of space travel is a fully and quickly reusable rocket. The rocket's construction, which traditionally has only flown once, accounts for most of the launch expense. Unlike most rockets which are intended to burn up upon returning, SpaceX rockets can effectively return to Earth and refly anew. Did you know that over 80% of the components for every SpaceX rocket are produced on the company's own factory floor, saving money on outsourcing? According to one analysis by NASA and the Air Force, it cost $440 million to get the Falcon 9 rocket from the early design stages to its first flight, which is approximately a third of what it would have priced NASA. Number 6. Building and testing facilities in SpaceX. The headquarters of SpaceX is in Hawthorne, California. SpaceX uses the area next to the headquarters to launch its rockets. The SpaceX site is a sizable one-floor industrial complex that was formerly a Boeing fuselage manufacturing. It was taken over by SpaceX and converted into a single spaceport. Cubicles take up thousands of square feet, and nearly no one at SpaceX, including Musk, has an office with doors. The production floor and the head building are close by. Mission control is located next to that, hidden behind a tall glass wall. Workers assemble to see launches and landings before returning to their desks, computers, or lathes. It is like Silicon Valley, but cooler. One of the few places in the world where you can see a full launch vehicle or spaceship come together underneath one roof is the SpaceX headquarters. Testing facility. A cutting-edge, 4,000-acre rocket development facility is where SpaceX tests its vehicle structures, engines, and systems. It is located in McGregor, Texas. The facility, which has 16 specialized test stands, certifies each Merlin engine, which powers the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets, and each Draco thruster, which steers the Dragon spacecraft for use in flight. Number 7. The Starship, the essence of Musk's ultimate aspirations to travel to Mars. SpaceX is in the final stages of the first orbital launch attempt of its Starship spacecraft at its experimental sites in South Texas. Starship is intended to be the most potent launch space shuttle ever built, and the first with complete reusability, with more than double the thrust of the Saturn V by NASA. In comparison to SpaceX's other rockets, the rocket is substantially larger, which is 120 meters tall. Also, it can take more than 100 kilogram tons into Earth orbit. This centerpiece is intended to convey passengers and cargo to Earth orbit, planets, and beyond. Given that the dates Musk mentioned for the first flight attempt have passed, it is unclear when SpaceX will attempt it. There's a lot of risks associated with this first launch, so I would not say that it is likely to be successful, but I think we'll make a lot of progress, said Elon Musk before a panel of the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine last year. The rocket is anticipated to conduct a full-scale orbital test flight next year in 2023. Number 8. SpaceX Mars City. Have you ever thought of moving to another planet? Thus, it might not occur for a while, as SpaceX CEO Elon Musk stated recently that colonists on the Red Planet might become a possibility by 2029. Furthermore, he published a paper in 2017 explaining a futuristic Red Planet city of 1 million inhabitants and giving further information on how the ites would move cargo and people. This would be a place that is accessible not only to astronauts or scientists, but also to normal people. Starship retains a key to Musk's Mars aspirations, which can carry around 100 people. I think this is an incredibly important thing for the future of life itself. There's always some chance that something could go wrong on Earth. Dinosaurs are not around anymore, said Elon Musk during the Starship Progress Update in 2022. He predicted that 1 million tons of cargo will be required to establish a self-sustaining colony on Mars. A Mars settlement would cost about $100 billion if cargo transportation to Mars with the future Starship costs $100,000 per ton. Musk calculates that the value might reach as high as $10 trillion. That's about today's video. What do you think about these SpaceX-related facts that everyone needs to know? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Please click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.